So, day something of Balloon Fiesta. I'm not sponsored. This is just how I am as a person. But they're letting you borrow cool things, and they gave me a sweet tote bag. When I got my camera cleaned, they didn't clean the mud off of it, but that's fine. So this is pretty cool. We saw several balloons almost crash. Yeah, so it's been a couple weeks now, but it took me a while to get around to doing this because we're unpacking. We just moved, so everything was boxes forever. But Albuquerque just had its whateverth International Balloon Fiesta. They've been doing it since like the 70s, I think. So there's like 500 hot air balloons. They used to do like 1,000, and then people crashed and died and stuff, so they dialed that back. It's still a lot of balloons, which is pretty cool. So I just want to talk about photographing it a little bit because it alleges, excuse me phone, my sister is sending me memes. Let's see, we got goose memes. The Balloon Fiesta alleges to be one of the most photographed things in the world. I have no idea how they decide if that's true or not, but if you go to the Instagram, there are lots and lots of things like hashtag Balloon Fiesta, and so I was looking at the pictures on other people had posted from like this year and prior years before we went, and I was all like, yeah man, I got this. I got some film, I got some other film, brought the digital, I was ready. And so let's look at some of those pictures. And oh dear. Oh no, that's not very good at all. So yeah, what did I do wrong? Let's take a little bit of a closer look at what didn't work and what kinda did. So this one's basically just boring. There's no real leading line going on. There's no, convergence. There's nothing interesting compositionally. You could kind of say that this little red, white, and blue guy up on the left corner is sort of on close to a third line with a balloon below it, and then the balloons on the bottom are but like rule of thirds is a guideline, and it doesn't make a good picture. So even if, like you said, yeah, rule of thirds on this, it's really pretty meh. There's just some stuff happening. It's not interesting. It's not well weighted. If I edited this up, the colors would look nicer, obviously, but it's not compositionally particularly interesting. Right, so day one, shooting balloons, just being in attendance on the field, didn't really work out so well for me. But then a couple days later, I had a little time in the morning, and the following adventure happened. Right, so I am in the bosky river forest, whatever, by the Rio Grande, as they say in Albuquerque, Rio Grande for the rest of us, and it's balloon time. Pretty cool. Etta and I, she had to go to work, so she couldn't stay, but we went to park there, walked out to the river, saw some balloons from far away. She had to drive off and go to work, so then I ran like, I don't know, 1,000 miles through the woods. Ow. Like this, but faster and fatter, more asthmatic. Dog shit, horse poop, whatever the fuck. And so I'm going to flip you around to regular, not my ass face video. Maybe we'll see some balloons. Got balloons everywhere. Sponsor balloon. Hey Canon. I'm not actually sponsored, but I'm working on it real hard. Look at these fine aeronauts. Focus. Well, I tried. The T5i doesn't do so hot with the video autofocus. Canon, hook me up. and I got many photographs, some of which might be good. On my way back, thought I had lost my knife and realized it somehow jumped out of my pocket and clipped onto my camera bag. So that's fucking awesome. Thank you, Kershaw, for making a magic knife that doesn't leave your body. That's really cool. Tip 1 is put in some effort, do something a little different. And it was awesome. It was, pretty rewarding and super cool. I saw like 2 other people taking pictures in kind of the same area as me. So, they probably got some similar shots and some pretty different shots. And that's cool because, we're all doing our own thing, not in each other's way. And it's a cool, neat location. We got the river, we got the balloon, we got some mist in the morning before it burned off. Nice fluffy clouds in the sky. That's awesome. And then the saga continues. I volunteered to be crew on one of the days, and unfortunately it was too windy that day, so nothing took off. But it was still cool. Got there at like 5:45 in the morning. And then I went to the Canon tent, and they were just letting people borrow stuff. So I borrowed a fucking 5D and a 100 to 400 L lens. Basically, I walked up to the counter and said, "What's the most expensive thing you'll give me? I'll take that, please." And the guy at the counter commented that, a long lens like that is a very, it's not an intuitive choice. And I said I agreed, but I had kind of taken a bunch of wide shots from the ground before and, wanted to try something a little different. I had some ideas. And so basically with that kind of lens on that camera, you have to be like a quarter mile away from a balloon to get the whole thing in frame because they're enormous. So I just walked like to one end of the field and shot across the entire field to balloons on the other end. And that gave me some shots that I thought were pretty cool. So this is a great example of using lens compression to achieve something, in this case, kind of funny. So this Yoda balloon was, I don't remember if it was being inflated or being deflated. They cleared out a big clearing underneath the balloon, so when it fell down, it wouldn't, land on anybody. But if you get kind of far away with a real long lens, it's hard to tell that, and it kind of just looks like Yoda's, about to devour their, essences and consume their souls. And I like that. So I like this one. The chicken is doing something entertaining, right? He's peeking over the cactus or whatever that other green balloon is. And that's just kind of funny. There's a juxtaposition of, you're treating a character, a cartoon balloon, basically, kind of like it's a person or like it's an animate thing. And I think that's kind of fun. I'm doing the voiceover and the talking to camera parts separately, so I don't know what I said yet because I haven't said it. Time travel! So yeah, the telephoto was a cool choice. You couldn't get some kinds of shots, but you could get certain other ones. And with the shaped balloons, you can take like portraits. You can pretend they're just huge people and take like headshots of these enormous balloons. I thought that was really kind of a neat thing to do. So yeah, lesson 2 is if everyone's using a wide lens, use a long lens. If everyone's using a long lens, try something in the middle. I don't know. Yeah. So, I guess in summation, go to different locations besides the obvious locations. Use different lenses than the obvious lenses. Do your absolute best to frame stuff interestingly. I mean, that should be a given, but it's not, I guess. Put in as much work as you can. Don't just do the obvious thing. Put in work. See you next time.